Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Suit yourselves as per your convenient time zones, even though if it's night right now, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all are going to watch it sometime later on, like, when they chal raha hai. But yes, talking about the pandemic, how has it been? It's been a total nightmare to be honest. Like, I've become a chai addict, like, I've been having way too much of chai. I hope everyone else is doing fine. And yes, I have some news for y'all. The thing is, we've got Trump, he's back in the news. And this time he demands $10 trillion as compensation from China because of the spread of virus. As his defense or his argument, he wants to say that, yeah, so we've dealt with a lot of issues, but look at other countries, look at India, look at them, how they've been affected worse than America. But Trump, you still want to take the money, not the countries which are more badly, worsely, whateverly affected. Like, come on, think about it. Like, money is going. Like, last week only, the Adani group, Gautam Adani, he lost a good ton of money, 13.2 billion per trillion. Like, that's almost around 15% of his entire wealth. Now he's at 62.9 billion. That's how I used to feel back in Bombay when I would pay the electricity bills. Total torture. Total torture. But come on, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something pleasant, something more energetic. Let's talk about the latest sports event. Yes, let's talk about the Women's Championship. So much is happening. India versus England, and it is beautiful to see what we are seeing. The Indian women cricket team see them in their element, do the magic, enter and kill it, slay it, all of that. It feels good. But yeah, the IMD IMD index, yeah, the IMD index. So guess what does the IMD index state? The IMD index states that in the rank of competitiveness, let me be double sure. Yes, in yeah, yes, India ranks 43rd, and it's been a while since India has been on 43rd. So good job, India. Good consistency. Very good consistency. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we have to talk about the one final issue. Our students, our children, the children of the nation, they've not given their 12th exams, but yes, what's happening is the 10th, 11th, and 12th marks are going to be summed up together, and people have to be like, yeah, so your final marks are based on all these marks. All the students, just like me, who are like, finals में कर लेंगे, कुछ जुगाड़ हो जाएगा. Best of luck. Any which ways, PUBG is back, so y'all can kill more time and see to it that your future is just going to be flushed. Talking about bright futures, let's start with our guest for today. So yes, our guest for today is amazing. She's Bitti from Bitti Business. She's won so many awards. Have you all seen her on YouTube? Like, she's on so many videos with more than millions of views. She was there in the Ace of Spade. She's dominated the Hollywood industry. Wow, I need water. You have so many skills, ma'am, but good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our guest for today, Prakruti Mishra.
Hi,
Hi,
hi, hi,
how are
hi,
you?
hi.
How are you?
I am fantastic and I hope you're doing amazing. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for having me in your show. Seems very, very cool. And I'm already very excited with my green tea, which doesn't have a green tea.
Oh, I have
Just
tea.
kidding.
Like, I also have tea.
You know,
Cheers. Cheers.
I rushed, I was out. I rushed back, especially so that I don't miss out and I'm not late. So yes, that's why मैंने cup रख लिया feel के लिए और अंदर लेकिन नहीं है. But I'll sip some water.
Ouch and thank you. Like, ouch for like obvious reasons. Thank you. Like, you're actually very considerate. Like, genuinely nice. So, how have you been? You're in Bombay as of now, right?
Yeah. So I am in Bombay and I was in Odisha last year lockdown and also like I'm currently here but I keep on going and coming, but it's been this second lockdown I have completely been in Bombay.
Okay, so a good. Who's meowing? Are you like a crazy cat woman by any chance?
I am not a crazy cat woman. That is not my cat, and
Okay.
that is my roommate's cat, and I hate her, but it's okay. Her name is Sneezy. Sneezy, say hi.
Oh, don't sneeze. Please
She's
don't say hi.
least
By the way,
interested.
do you know
Yeah.
how to make a cat bark?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so Peter, if y'all are looking at this, no offense, just a dark joke. So you take the cat, dip it in kerosene, light a matchstick, throw the matchstick, and it goes woof.
Sneezy, do you want me to do that with you? No.
Yes, please. The public wants it. So,
See,
talking
I am
about
not getting into controversies anymore. I have decided I have done enough of controversies. It's always me who gets the controversial part, and I am done with it. Especially Marissa. So yeah.
along with the controversial part, you get, how do I put it up in a polite way for the other person to not get offended? Like, people have desperate, horrible, cringy attempts in the name of roasting you. So, how did it feel to be roasted? Like, so people can feed off of your popularity.
But it's so strange because I myself is a big fan of roasting videos and I follow a lot of roasting videos. I really like them. But you know, but then I know what are the basic ethics of roasting or how does it work. But what happens is like these kids, these very young kids come up with very pathetic and cheap words. I mean, they do not talk about my work at all. They do not talk about my work, my face or anything. They just drag my parents out of nothing. So I get very paranoid when you drag my parents. If you want to roast me, man. Roast my work, pick up some of my videos, do that. Why do you have to drag my parents into it, my personal life to it? So yeah, that part is very, very you know, like sad, and also sometimes I feel it's very stupid. So yeah, I mean, they're feeding on to my name. I hope they're getting what they want to. So yeah, that's all. And they're using the hashtags obviously. So
That's good stuff on your part, because, how do I say, it's very important because there are people who want to do so many things online without being creative, but they want to be the next Carrie Minati or the Tanmay Bhatt. But in the process, they're like, no standard, no class, nothing. It's just like
no
Dehati
basic, like,
bhasha.
see, there is no creativity in what they're doing. They just, you know, it looks like a school bunch of school kids, and they're just jealous of something or somebody or whatever that is, and they just want to like brag about it and talk about it and make it look, they think that it looks very funny, but which looks absolutely dumb. So yeah, I mean, that's
I'm
how it
wondering how
is.
they'll feel 10 years down the lane कि like मैंने ये किया, मैंने ऐसा वीडियो बनाया बचपन में. Imagine I
I
was
know, right?
thinking
I mean, I hope.
that's going to be a priceless feeling when they mature.
I know. Look, I just give me 1 second. I need to
Yeah, sure.
just please. I'm so sorry. Please go
So,
inside.
so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so we just want to take a small halt. While you're watching till the time we
I'm
come
so
here,
sorry.
go ahead.
I'm so
Welcome
sorry. I'm
back.
so sorry. I'm so... Yeah. So that is it. I mean, I don't really feel anything anymore because I know that this is a pattern and this always happens. And people will say things, yeah, like I can't stop them. I just have this one problem that don't get into somebody's personal space. You have to do roasting, you have to talk about, you have to create controversies, whatever. Take from things that I'm doing, like from my work. If you don't like my work, that's absolutely fine. Do about that, talk about them. Why do you have to talk about my innocent parents, those who have no connection with what's happening there or whatever you guys are planning? That's
This
very
kid's
bad.
like just desperately fishing for some piece of content. Okay, now any moment, just she'll mess up some. Okay, even if you won't mess up, they'll just make a good thing into a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have always been a shikar of this thing, I mean, a lot of time. So there was this question, a channel asked me that what do you have to say about the ripped jeans? जब उस time पे controversy चल रहा था about those ripped jeans. So I had given my statement in a very different way. Like I had told कि अरे it's nothing like that. How does it matter? So लड़कों को भी तुम बोलो फिर shorts पहनना बंद कर दे. अगर फटे jeans से इतना problem है. So what the memers or other people did, they did not show what question was asked to me. They started up with that line that मैंने बोला कि लड़कों को भी shorts पहनना छोड़ देना चाहिए. So that's how that meme became so popular. That मैंने बोला कि ऐसा कि लड़कों को shorts पहनना बंद कर दे. So see,
Very
that's how it
convenient
works.
editing. Very
Yeah.
convenient editing. Wow. Like honestly, like red
Yeah.
jeans, linen pants, they are the best. Amazing ventilation, to be honest.
Of course, I mean, please.
So yeah, now that you are in Bombay and we've already covered this topic of people attempting you to be, like, how do I say, to roast you. But yeah, how is nepotism working for you in Bombay?
Yeah, right. Like I have just signed 2 Dharma and 2 wire
Okay.
wraps, and like yeah. So this is a question that I'm always like, dude. Nepotism doesn't exist for people like me. I come from Bhubaneswar. I come from a very different culture, different town, and whatever my father is in Odia film industry is he's there. He's not everywhere. And even if he was there, then I was already in the industry when I was 4 years old. So where did nepotism come in this? I mean, I was playing in my home and the director came to our house. He noticed me. Definitely, my dad had supported me in terms of how to do the job, how to be professional on the sets, and those all little professional stuff. Other than that, I think I have worked my ass off, dude. Like really, I worked really hard. And in Bombay, trust me, even if you're a star kid, if you don't have your talent, if your stars are not aligned, and if you're not in the right headspace and right whatever, everything, it takes a lot of stuff. I'm here since 7 years, and it takes a lot of your energy, a lot of your connections. You need to be socially active, you need to be always ready for that one break. यहाँ पे तुम किसी की बेटी हो, तुम किसी के बेटे हो, that game is really not at all, because now the amount of shows, the amount of web shows, the content that people are watching is very different, and everybody is looking for better actors, not better connections. Nobody want to cast somebody because वो किसी का बेटा है या किसी की बेटी है. So
Yeah,
all these things now,
long
it
are
is
the
so
days
bogus
gone?
when people.
Long are the days gone when people have to be like, हाँ मेरे पास connection है, I can figure out something. नहीं, it's not just
हाँ,
connection. Connection लेकर stage के ऊपर आके क्या करोगे? Like overqualified in the
exactly.
CV, but on stage you are dumbed down and you don't want to make fun of yourself over there. It's easier to
So
ruin everything than
yeah.
actually make something.
So this nepotism stuff, when this happens now, I feel so, I laugh at them, because I फिर मैं बोलती हूँ यार, अगर इतना ही होता तो मैं 4 साल से क्यों इतना मेहनत कर रही हूँ, धीरे धीरे क्यों काम कर रही हूँ. I would have done things overnight. I mean, if it would have been that easy.
It would
So
have.
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Why get up in the morning? Why practice singing? Why practice? And yeah, by the way, you have been dominating your Instagram reels with the dance. But why do the
Thank you.
dance? Why do the hard work and workout and everything to
Yeah, why do
make
I do
yourself
all of
in
these
there?
things?
Because no, nepotism. Your daddy will be like action,
Yeah, dude.
and you'll become fine.
Yeah, I'm like, I enter, oh my god, oh my god, acha, you're from Odisha. So and also people think that everybody knows. I am trying to give, यहाँ पे जितने सारे भी लोग हैं ना, like in Bombay, lot of people have known about Odisha because I've spoken so much about it, and they come to my home, they eat pakhada bhata, dalma. It feels really good to do that.
You are doing good
So
job for
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, guys, stop it. I would just like to say that कि बहुत मेहनत लगती है, please. ऐसा किसी को कुछ मिल नहीं जाता है, ऐसा हलवा नहीं है कुछ भी.
nepotism. Like no matter what. By the way, I do not even think that the people understand the definition of nepotism. Viewers, the definition of nepotism is basically, let's say there's someone at a top position. Yeah, I'm in the frame. Someone in the top position, and then he's like, yeah, mera banda, mera bandi hai. That sounded wrong, not in that way, but yeah, hai. So, usko job do. Even if they're shitting the bed and having existential crisis while working, and they still do the job, and they still are like, bhala kam karila. That is nepotism.
And also, I would like to say something here, Yayati, that we are talking about this nepotism. See, I'll tell you something which really hurt, which pokes my head, is that when a doctor, wishes that कि उसका बच्चा डॉक्टर ही होगा, तब कोई नहीं बोलता है कि अरे क्यों बोला तुमने कि तुम्हारा बेटा डॉक्टर होगा. Everybody is like, oh wow, तुम्हारा बेटा डॉक्टर होगा. So and then इंजीनियर का बेटा इंजीनियर बनता है. तो अगर कोई एयरफोर्स में है, they want their kids to be in the air force. I don't understand. If my father is into this industry and he somehow thought that I would do really good in the industry, not like he pushed me on anything. I love working in the industry. I love acting. I love dancing. I love singing. This is all I know. So अगर मेरा एक्टर का बेटा चाहता है कि एक्टर का जो बेटा हो, एक्टर चाहेगा कि एक्टर बने, तो उसमें क्या गलत है? मतलब I don't understand the logic only. Just because the actors, they have a face. I mean, so controversies and
factor.
yeah, I mean, I don't get it only. Yeah, I mean, nepotism and all that, it's a very different टॉपिक ऑल टुगेदर, बट मुझे ये चीज हमेशा लगता है कि एक्टर का बेटा एक्टर क्यों नहीं बन सकता, अगर डॉक्टर का बेटा डॉक्टर बन सकता है तो इट्स लाइक दैट ओनली.
Yeah, why not? Like, for example, you have worked for it. There is no reason for you
हाँ,
not to be. ऐसा नहीं कि you are like
I
just.
have proved I have proved enough in my life now to even give an explanation about it. So I just try to give a message through it so that people understand that what exactly they should, and they should not get biased by what other people are doing or seeing. वो एक रोस्ट वीडियो के बाद 4-5 रोस्ट वीडियोस आ गए और उससे वो सब रोस्ट वीडियो का कोई सर नहीं, कोई पाँव नहीं, कहाँ से क्या शुरू होने वाले. भाई ढंग से तो रोस्ट कर लो यार, मुझे भी थोड़ी हंसी आए.
These guys are basically like एक चीज चला, ट्रेंड चला, सब लोग छापो.
हाँ, like that only.
Good. But yeah, madam, you were there, like on real fancy shows as well, because nepotism. You didn't do anything on your set.
Oh yeah,
MTV
that
में भी
too.
nepotism
Yeah.
था. Like Ace
I
of
don't even
Spades.
want to
So,
talk about it.
how was Ace of Spades? What was your journey like? How much of the show is scripted?
So I'll tell you about Ace of Space. So Ace of Space, I'll also tell you how I got into Ace of Space.
Okay, yes.
So
please.
one fine day, I also have the messages. One fine day, I saw Vikas Gupta in Big Boss, and I used to really like him, and he was known as the mastermind of the house, and he played really a good game. So when I was in Bombay, and he came out of Big Boss house, I told him, I personally texted him that, hello sir, I am this. I'm an actor from Odisha, and I really gave a very nice intro. And I told him that I would really like to work with you someday, and I hope this thing comes true. And he replied to me after like maybe 3 months. Okay, 3 months. I thought he's never replied. He never saw my message. He replied at morning 5 o'clock. He said, Prakruti, would you be interested in doing a show that I'm doing? I'm like, okay, what? Which show? And then Ace of Space tab bahut popular ho gaya tha, season 1. So season 2 mein, he was like, I want you to go for an audition and see how it works. So I said, okay, cool. Then I went for the audition, and I was selected in the first audition only, because they liked me as a person, and they thought that I can be very like a good content for the show. So that's how I got into the show. I mean, he didn't know who the hell I was, and I did not know that I will go for an audition. I went to Endemol. I gave a legit audition for it, and they really liked me, and they got me into the show. I had gone for 2-3 auditions और हुए थे. We had PI rounds and everything. So that's how you get it. ऐसा नहीं होता है, मतलब it's not like कि किसी ने फोन करके बोला. I did it on my own.
You also had to wait for 3 months.
I waited for 3 months because
for a reply.
Yeah.
Wow. And you were patient. And after that also you worked. But well, उड़ती पंछी देखकर कुत्ते भौंकते हैं, in the wise words of Divine. So
then
I need to know
the house. How scripted it was. It wasn't actually scripted. Okay. It wasn't that scripted. It was majorly like, I'll tell you how they do it. They give you such situations where you feel like you will burst out because you don't have phone, you don't have your friends. जो भी तुम्हारे दोस्त हैं उस घर में ही है. But then also you feel very like you know you're ruling alone. You're working alone. You're just in the game alone. So वो situations ऐसे create कर देते कि आप भड़कोगे. So nothing is scripted. I can personally vouch for it.
Create certain circumstances where you will.
They create circumstances because they're consistently watching you. So the creatives are watching you 24/7. So they know how you react. तुम बाल भी ऐसे करते हो तो वो तुमको देखते हैं. They notice you. So they create entire situations like that so that you react. So that is all about it. Other than that, there's no such thing called scripted or ऐसे हम लोग. I did not meet Vikas. He was the host of the show. I did not meet him till Diwali, and that was like midway, almost end show तक. So I did not meet him. मैंने उनसे मैं मिली भी नहीं उनसे. So it is that legit. और वो rooms actually में छोटे होते हैं, and आपको उसी room के अंदर adjust करके रहना पड़ता है.
What? It's not as glamorous as it is on TV. Like it's actually
no. It is actually that creepy. It was actually a torture, and it was like so much. I went through so much of introspection in my life. I actually got to know so many things about me because of the show, because I did not have my phone, or I did not have anything else, not even a single book. So everything, I was just on my own sitting, thinking. So बहुत कुछ उस show से मैंने सीखा है, and I have learned a lot from that show.
Okay. Wow, I had never seen reality shows from this perspective. It's kind of like a mini lockdown, but worse. You're
I
with
swear, and
strangers
also
without
जब
your
ये हुआ ना,
equipment. Huh?
I have experienced a legit lockdown. Legit.
Fancy. So, you have gone through a lot. You have actually hustled your way. You've hustled your way to this, like, how do I say? I don't think you've reached where you want to, because you look like a person who wants a lot, but you're kicking some major ass. And talking about you being amazing, I have a segment for you, and this game is for the viewers where will, I will attempt to roast someone. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yay! Finally, some legit roasting. Thankfully. Thanks for doing this and also showing people what is roasting is.
okay, so, like,
I'm excited.
I know you're also a cheeky person. I know that you are a quick thinker and you like to give it off. So please don't hold back. You want to make fun.
I will not, Yayati.
Go for it.
I swear I am not. Not gonna spare you.
Okay, but like before we start the roast, just let me be a little polite. Like, let me try to be on your good side. Like, honestly, you are looking phenomenal today. You're looking really very pretty. Like the light, the glow, everything. Your face is like craft. One second. It looks, yeah, it's craft. Okay. Oh, by the way, Kim messaged me. She is saying that the Kardashians are out of plastic. Can your face spare some?
Can I show this? You know what, Yayati? I have something for you actually. That thing, like that, वो जो curtains गिरे ना तुम्हारे सर के ऊपर. Those are curtains, right? Like your forehead is so big that why don't you supply those to those why don't you give them your spare helipad? They can land their helicopters there, no? It's very huge, dude. Like I can play Ludo in it also. Will you let me play Ludo on your forehead?
Okay. My turn. I'm going to do like roast jutsu for all our Naruto viewers.
Yeah, let's bring it on. I am all set today.
You went for my head, I'll go for your nose. Like, I remember you cussing someone on Ace of Spades because she was smelling bad. And then I did a little bit of digging. You have this thing on YouTube and what's in your bag. And you say how you're very finicky about how people smell in perfumes, right? You know, the line unit of Odisha is recruiting dogs. Hey, come on, don't eye roll.
By the way, you're forgetting.
Brain over there.
By the way, I'm just not that. I am that and a half. Like, all right. And by the way, I'm just so surprised that.
Half full.
No! I'm on live. I cannot say stuff. Okay, anyways. But your sarcasms are so shitty. Like, I feel like you're pooping from your mouth. Your butt must be like ending your mouth ना मतलब यहाँ की जगह यहाँ से निकल रहा होगा. कितना दर्द देता है? गला छिल जाता है क्या? That or you like your fan?
No, basically I can just taste what I had for breakfast. Yeah. You know how to give a low blow. Like, wow, good. That was good. Like, I think I really managed to push.
Just put some sanitizer on your mouth. Just gargle it with sanitizer. No, okay. You'll smell good after that.
I forgot to flush you.
Shit! Yuck!
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it. Come on, you get the last shot. You want to go for it?
Bring it on.
Okay. Did I press your buttons?
I'll go for it. I'll go.
Okay, cool.
I'll go first. You know, I actually like saw your face. It looks like a kid. जो बच्चों को देखा है ऐसे left hand से ऐसे दीवार पे you करते. Your face exactly looks like that. Like those disgusting Chinese noodles.
Wait, my face is not drawn. Excuse me, madam.
And it looks like a kid, went there and वो गलती से ऐसे उसका हाथ left hand लेके और ऐसे कर दिया and then you came out like a shakalaka boom boom pencil से जैसे निकल के आता है. So I think, yeah.
I pressed all your buttons, didn't I? I'm sorry. Like, honestly, I didn't want you to feel offended. I didn't want to press your buttons, get you angry. I was just finding the mute button.
And you know what? Like, I saw your face now. I saw your face, and then I stared it for like 4-5 minutes. Then I'm just looking at the wall, and I can really see your parents like breaking their head that you are their son.
Ouch! Ma!
यार अंकल आंटी सर फोड़ रहे अपना. कैसा है रे यार तू? कैसा है तू?
Okay, you are one cheeky woman. You are one cheeky woman, madam. So, ladies
I'm
and gentlemen.
sorry if I offended you. But I had to. You know मैंने कितने दिनों की भड़ास थी कि मुझे कोई अच्छे से रोस्ट करे यार. मैं भी रोस्ट बैक करूं. Thank you. Thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah.
But यार सच्ची में it's a very honest opinion that you should actually lend your forehead for a helipad.
I'll just figure out a way. I'll get an X over here and lie down on my back so they can see me. Arey, helipad. In case they need to do ration
Human helipad
during the cyclone. Okay, enough.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This was our guest for today. Very, very amazing, a human being, but equally hurtful as well if you take her out the wrong way. You don't want to mess with her. Ladies and gentlemen, Prakruti Mishra.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun, and thanks for doing this. And you are doing amazing. I love your show, and I'm glad that we did this actually, and I could speak my heart out and could actually be just me.
I'm glad. अब आई खुशी हुई, अब जा रहे हो थोड़ी और खुशी होगी.
F you.
You hurt me. I will get back to you. We meet. I will get back to you. I will practice my roasting. But yes.
In your
thank
dreams.
you so much, man. Practice, make it, man it, perfect it. Well, somebody will roast me for bad English. But yes, madam. See you soon. Best of luck. Just kick some
Thank you so much. I will. Bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now things getting a little bit more captivating. Things getting so much more fun. You'll actually saw how it was and how horrible a human I can be when I'm going on. But well, practice makes man perfect. Up next, who do we have? Well, guest 1 was Prakruti Mishra. Guest 2 goes by the name of Gulraj Singh. He is a dude of its own league. He's worked in so many movies. He's prominently working in the Bollywood industry. He's been there for ZNMD. He's been there for Pakeezah, for Ungli. And yes, his latest work, the background score for Arjun Kapoor's movie, Sardar, the grandson. Yes, we have none other than Gulraj Singh with us today. Hello there.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? Good to see you.
Long time. Like, I've never seen your face, but long time.
Yeah, I mean, always the first time.
It's good. Okay, you are in your studio by any chance?
Yes, I'm in my studio.
Amazing. So, how was the pandemic? How have you been? How is your mental sanity? And what are you drinking?
Well, I'm actually enjoying my, it's actually lemongrass tea.
Okay.
And I genuinely love, the aroma. And what are you having?
I was having my chai with good, tulsi, pudina, a little bit of
Okay.
lemongrass boiled in the water, and a lot of parik drama. So, welcome to B-Tox. So,
Thanks.
yes. Now that you've come up with your movies and everything's happening, we got to know that Sardar ka grandson, you've done work, beautiful story, and a lot. But how did you manage to work during the pandemic? Like, you were working during the lockdown?
Yeah, so it was actually kind of, it was pretty interesting because, of course, we all know, I think that was the first phase of lockdown, the entire country, I would rather say the entire world was going through. And of course, we were all dealing in our own ways. And it so happened that my friend, the director, Kashvi Nair, who's directed the film, she called up and she said she spoke to me about the film because I had actually worked with her, on a film of hers, a short film which was featured on MTV. It was called Shadi Wadi and Pyar War. There was a film, a very cute film she had done. So I had already worked with her, and after quite some time, this happened. She gave me a call one fine day, and she said that there's a film I'm doing, and because of the pandemic, I mean, I think it was much more challenging for someone like her because she had almost shot the entire film before the lockdown happened, and she said that but some stuff is still left to be shot, and
Must
of
have
course,
been like a constipated movie.
yeah. I mean, I think it was for a director, it's pretty much challenging because the director is actually the captain of the ship, right? Of a movie. And so she said that she was in the situation where she's almost shot the entire film, but part of the film is still left. And in the meantime, we had to get started with the work for the background score. So, this was the time when the lockdown was kind of cooling down a bit, and so I had, I think it must be post September or something last year when
like around this
things were
time when you
getting a
first
little.
cooled down. Yeah.
It was getting better. It was still not completely there, but obviously, we were all very careful and concerned, trying to be. So till then, I was pretty much trying to work from home. I had my little setup, small setup at home, but it has its own challenges because working at home is always different. It's great to be with your family, but being in the studio, like a space like this, it's like you want that isolation, right? At times, that is also an
So the
essential part of.
pandemic and the lockdown must have been sort of a boom ki acha hai, duniya band. Mere ko chodo.
And no, as in for quite some months, even I was not able to come to the studio because we were all stuck at home. But then at some point of time, I had to come to the studio because there was already another film that I was working on, which had to be finished. And things like background scores and all, you need more. Um, I had to be in my studio with my instruments and all around, and I was not able to deal with that being at home with my limited
You must have
things. So
there must
so
have been a
I
sense of helplessness. Like you don't have your tools with you.
Yeah, it is kind of because in the studio I have all my instruments, and it's the facility, the writing, when I write music, all the things are laid down here. I have to
One
just sit
second,
and start
Gulraj.
working. It's not the same
Gulraj
at
bhai,
home.
I think there is a little
So
problem with your internet.
That's why I think there is a little problem with your internet.
is it?
Yes. 1 second.
Yes. 1 second.
And I can hear myself as well for some reason.
How's it now?
And I can hear myself as well.
Is it okay now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
If you're still getting a lag, let me rejoin. I guess that will be better, right?
Yes, no worries. I'll be waiting for you.
Yes, no worries.
I'll just log in again.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of an incy hiccup. So, how did you like the ticketist roasting session which happened? How did you like the Q&A? Y'all had fun? Yes, y'all did. And if y'all did, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification, do all of that khichdi. It helps me. Just help a local artist or just come in and view as per your convenience. If y'all are enjoying it, and if I can give you a little bit of peace of mind during the pandemic, why not? Have some chat. Okay, I'm done with chat. So yes, we have to be a little bit patient for our guest to come back in and So let's see what's up. Are we getting any sort? Okay, we've gotten a few comments over here. Hello there, people. It's kind of So yeah, like in case y'all are, because I'm pretty sure the stream will have at least a 30 to 45 second latency. So if y'all see this, y'all might want to scramble a little ahead because internet issues. It's the rainy season, and if the world is easy and kind on me, how can it be easy? Like yeah, it's the pandemic. Everything has to be like a cluster F. Oh, my parents are watching the stream as well. Maybe one of the few viewers I have as of now, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yes. I think we will be back with this. Come on, internet or internet, please be very kind to me. Internet or internet, don't lie to me. So,
Is it
yes.
better? Back.
Yes. Okay, so we have our guest back with us, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. Now I
Hi.
can see and hear you much better.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, there was some technical problem. So I am just joining you with another device. So
No
yeah,
worries.
basically coming back to our discussion, being in the studio is like, I have all my instruments around and I can, it's easy to do the music writing process because, I have to just be here and, start ideating and start creating music. And obviously there is the much needed isolation also at times, which is so essential.
Like you
So
must have created your perfect ecosystem over there.
it's kind of, I have all the instruments and yeah, it's like, when you work, you kind of create that ambience, when you have a place which you dedicate, that it kind of becomes it becomes like uh, you kind of tend to I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when you are here, you're already switched to that creative part of you. You just
That is like your comfort zone, your bubble of work where it's just
yeah,
you who exists and no one else.
like you being in the cockpit of a plane and you have to just fly it. It's that feeling kind of thing. So
Okay.
yeah, we kind of the film the work pretty much started around that time, which is kind of post September, and it was challenging because generally when you're working on background scores and all, the director wants to come and see the film, so we had to be very careful because of the pandemic and all, right? So taking care of all the precautions and it was a very unique experience because generally what happens is when you're working on a background score, uh, after you have done your music, there is a theater mix that happens, so you want to
Okay.
go and you want to monitor how things are going on. But it was pretty unique in this case because uh, it was very risky, right, to travel and to go in different, so we had to
One
be very
person,
careful.
one person gets affected with the virus, he or she could
It
possibly
is,
affect the entire
and
crew.
everyone's responsible because even the director, so they had by the time also loosened up things
Restrictions were
for
lighter. Yeah.
yeah, like for shooting, and also she had to even finish the that little bit of remaining shoot that she was supposed to do. So that was happening, and then I was talking about Kashvi. That was happening, and then I was uh, obviously working on the background score, and there was pretty much of a remote control, way of working going on.
Okay.
Uh, so I think it was a unique experience. Even the theater mix when that was happening, I had to be we had to be very much functioning in that that remote control kind of a setting because it was not very safe, right, just to be physically going
It
everywhere.
must
And
have been a different anxious, like the pressure in the back of your head. Ki there is a possibility I might get the virus. What next? And how did you
yeah,
maintain your
it's all
creative stream with that?
you kind of miss that physical presence and that physical touch of being somewhere, physically being somewhere in the studio and hearing your mix and how it's sounding. So even what when the film was getting mixed in the mixing stage, we had to ask them to send us the mix so that I could get it in my studio. And but I think overall it was a very unique experience, and I think also we had a good time. And Kashvi she's a very she's an amazing person as well. So very comfortable to work with. And as I said, we had already worked together earlier.
Okay.
So it was a pretty much of a we just cruised through the entire experience, and yeah.
It must have been a feeling like the entire world is stopped, everyone's on a lockdown, and there is so much of chaos, and you are still creating something. Like, hats off to you. Wow, that
Thanks.
is something. Because
Well,
honestly, I was losing my.
everyone was, everyone creatively were doing things, I guess, because it's not just me, but a lot of artists around the world, I would say, were utilizing the time. Some were creating new songs, independent songs, some were venturing out. So I think creativity never stops, right? It just was a time, it gave you more time to probably explore
Invest
the
in
other
yourself
sides.
and all.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah,
But
that was the
like,
thing.
now that we're talking about creativity, I have a very important question. Like, a lot of people are under this impression that the moment they become something on Instagram, let's say they have a couple of 100,000 followers or even a couple of thousand followers, let's say they're more popular. Is it that these more popular people will get an opportunity because of better market reach, or at the end of the day, skill is what talks when you're in the market?
See, I think it's a very interesting question, but I would like to say, what I would like to say actually on this discussion is, the very important thing I feel is that social media, it's like I think it's like some kind of a virtual existence, right? And there are some very good things, very good sides of it as well. Like, today we are actually connected, via social media, and that is great. So there are some great advantages and strengths to that. uh, and then there are some other flip sides as well. What I would say is, I think, yes, there is this whole thing about how many number of followers one has or subscribers one has.
Kind of is a benchmark. If you don't have this many, you are nobody.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why this prejudice?
I think what is necessary is that having a certain number of followers or subscribers doesn't really stand as the means, or the unit to measure how good or bad someone's work is. If I can say it in the most simplest way. And I think all of us, not just artists, I would say everybody, even if you are just an ardent listener of music, or if you appreciate any art, it's very important to understand that uh, the number of subscribers, or these numbers basically, viewership and all, is not really proportional to how beautiful a piece of work is. And that's very important, because popularity is popularity can be either ways. You can be popular for good things, you can still be popular for bad things. Popularity exists, coexist, that ways.
You
So
can
being
be either
popular,
Mother Teresa or Osama. So
yeah, so popularity is there either ways. It is what has made you popular is the thing. So I would say that I think uh, there are both sides to it. I would just see that I would just say in the most simplest way is that never judge, any piece of art on these numbers. And because we have to know that there was a time when none of this existed, right? There was no social media, and but we still had some of the greatest artists. It be musicians, not just in the art fraternity. You say inventors, also politicians and scientists. So I think this is what I just feel that
it's
we
not
should
just the
really,
follows. So
yeah. I mean, this.
it's a skill set.
So,
As a scientist, nobody's going to care if you have. Do you have a blue tick verification on Insta, or do you have like scientists are going to be like, I found this theory which will make the Earth
so
go.
I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but I have to tell this that what has happened is, what we realize is that uh, it's also making a very a negative effect on a lot of people. Like, um, genuinely there are some people who are in depression, and
Yes, social
because
media
some
is
people
bad
are
for
so
that.
much used to that attention that if they don't get it, or maybe they start comparing themselves with someone else. Hey, this guy has put up a picture or put up this video, and his viewership is much more than mine. So this is
And
a
they take it
concern which is,
personally while they're at it.
yeah, it's on world level. Like, people are actually being it's creating a negative effect, and it's psychological. So yeah, I mean, I think we have to be just a bit, we have to be careful, and I think it's just being conscious and uh, using social media, in the best possible positive way,
In a
and
right
not really.
balanced way instead of just overdoing it and again making it like a chewing gum.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of. I hope
Wow.
I answered it to the point.
No, no. See, it's at the end of the day, it's your perception. I had my question: is it skill? Is it likes? You said it's skill. It's hard work. It's that people. Sorry, sweetheart. So sorry. So yeah, it's the prejudice which people have. So well, that is that is a very important thing. If I'm not wrong, we've had AR Rahman speak about this as well.
Sorry,
About
come again.
if we're not wrong, we've heard AR Rahman speak on this topic as well.
Oh yeah, so I remember there was an interview of his where he mentioned about some artists, like
He
that,
was talking about classical music or something.
yeah, singing like amazing, but unfortunately that video has just got some small number of viewership. But what the point he was trying to make is that that doesn't mean that having more number of views and all stands for this piece of work is great. It is never. I think it's not proportional to that at all. And again, as I said, popularity is a very different thing. And
It's a
uh,
subjective topic.
yeah, it's not necessarily every time to do with the quality of whatever it be, an art form, or some study or something. I just, yeah.
And you've worked with the one and only A.R. Rahman. Like, if I'm not wrong, you were there helping him out for the arrangement and sequencing during his show Harmony on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
there for the final episode and you were doing your magic.
yes.
So, how was it working with him? Because well, working like it's important to like how do I say I don't mind sitting with him for 10 minutes and just listening to him because I will become smarter when I leave that room. So how is it like being in his presence and working, and how are his work ethics different from the normal people?
I think the one of the golden rules of creativity, I would say, is you have to respect the flow, and you have to let it flow. And you can get the best out of any artist, when you give that artist his or her independence and freedom. And Rahman sir he does that really well. He when he knows if he likes, if he appreciates your work, he will have his briefings and all, but he will give you that independence.
A
And
little bit of creative freedom while you are working as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
That
then
is
see,
very
he's a
important.
master. He'll get the right things out of you, and then he may entirely use what you have done, or he may use a part of it. But and see again, I mean, it's him. He's like an institution because there's so much to learn out of him. It's not just the musical part. I mean, we can speak for hours and hours and hours. If you have to talk about the musical, learnings that I mean, I'm someone like me would get to learn from. But there's so much of great other things, like his humble nature, and he is. I think he's had. You name the award and he's won it, right?
Yeah,
Or you
he was almost at everything. He's almost had everything.
figure, after all of that, when someone like me, who is so much junior, is working with him and all, the kind of respect and uh, the freedom that he gives is amazing.
He actually
So and
respects all the artists from juniors to
yeah, yeah,
seniors,
the
and
comfort
the
level is
creative freedom is very important. Yes.
amazing. So mentioning, as you mentioned, the Amazon series, Harmony, on which you saw me on the fifth episode. It so happened was I was called to Chennai because there's in the last episode there is this huge. I mean, it's a big song. It's a long song of around 20-22 minutes. It's called Manmoj, which was basically the finale, the grand finale of the whole series, where all the four guest artists come together, and there was this song that he composed. Beautiful song. and he had called me to do some arrangements on the song. So I was there in Chennai, and uh, on the day when the song got shot, when they recorded the song, one day before that, he was having a meeting, was briefing the musicians. So it was being documented. And he said, "Hey, Gulraj, come, just sit." And I'm like, really? Because I was not prepared to be, featured on the
Really?
video. And yeah, I
That
was
must
like,
have been such a pleasant surprise.
yeah. And then he's like, he laughed at me. He's like, uh, something he said, he's like, "This is Chennai. Anything can happen." So, something like that. But it was very sweet of him. He's like, you just you sit with me, and so that's why you actually see me also. In the video, I was recording, the discussion so that we
There was,
could
there
use.
was more involvement on your end, yes. You were more involved
Yeah,
in the
because
actions in the video.
his vision was, since he had asked me to work on the arrangements, he wanted me to be a part of that meeting also, because whatever we discussed had to be eventually brought in the song. So my being present in that video was completely non-planned, and this was the little small story.
It was a series of
But I think,
fortunate events.
yeah, but yeah, definitely, it's such a pleasure for me to be a part of, because I think it just came up really well, and I would say, for all those viewers who haven't seen it, not because I am a part of it, watch it. It's amazing. In fact, watch all the 5 episodes, because it's incredible. It's so
It's a
well done.
musical experience.
You have to mention the director's name, Shruti. She's done an amazing job doing this series, and of course, Rahman sir. Um, it's great to see him in some really very good, candid moments. Yeah.
That must have been beautiful. So yes, I have so much more which I want to talk to you about, but as of now, let's have some more fun. Do you have
Yeah.
any story where it has been like a haha moment on stage or something, because you've worked with a lot of fancy people? But has there been some time where everyone went like, wait, what? Do you have a wait, what moment?
Man, there are so many, but it's trippy, to remember. Yeah, but yeah, there is one, something I remember. So I've toured with Shankar Ehsaan Loy on their shows for almost 9 years.
Okay.
There was a time I was regularly playing.
9 years.
Yeah, and I mean, I still continue to work with them on their studio projects, and they're like family to me. And so, coming back to your question, something I remember, Shankar Bhai, I mean, Shankar Mahadevan sir, whom we, with respect called Shankar Bhai, he is, I mean, a genius, we know, but his sense of humor is somewhere else. So,
Okay.
I remember there's this one song, every time when we would perform, he would make a story. He would create a story on his own and tell the people that, hey, this Sardarji guy, man, he's a very spoiled brat, and he wants to do a bhajan kind of a song.
In
Now
the middle
imagine
of
in a show,
performances.
in the middle of a show. Now imagine we've already done some 7 to 8 rocking songs, full of energy, and suddenly if he's announcing that we have to do a bhajan, so it's not the mood of the show, right? So
Everyone will be like,
everyone is,
hey.
yeah, everyone's like boo, and no, not now, and all that is going on. And he's like, no, but this guy, he's very he's a really spoiled boy, and he's saying that if you don't do that one song, I'll walk out of the stage. He would do all this full drama, and I
By
would
any
also kind
chance,
of
like,
act.
did you actually demand कि मेरे को भजन चाहिए नहीं तो मैं चला जाऊंगा? Or was he just...
So I would also act like a spoiled boy when he would say this, like, yeah, I mean, you have to do this song, otherwise I'm going to walk out of the stage, and all
Okay,
that
you
all
would play
going.
along with him.
Yeah, obviously. So, and people are like, hey, man, no, man, this is not the time for this, and all that, and then Shankar Bhai would finally, he would convince the crowd that just for one little song, he wants to do, and then okay, and then I would start playing the beginning part of the song Dil Da Mamla.
Dil da mamla hai, dil...
Dil
Oh,
Da
that's when
Mamla,
people will just lose their
he would go like nuts. What? So yeah, this was very. I mean, this is one of the things I remember. We would do. I mean,
This is a
Shankar Bhai would.
nice sportsman. I was going to say showman gimmick. Like everyone, I
Yeah,
can't
he would
imagine
pull.
how people must have felt.
No, he's funny. There's one more little moment I'll tell you. And one more little story I will tell you. So I got married. Uh, uh, you know, Around 2010, and I think almost for 3 years,
Hmm.
every show. So there used to be a section where he would do this jugalbandi with every artist, with every
Yes.
musician. He would do something,
Yes.
and the musician would play. So when he would come to me, he would announce that this guy just got married. Now imagine he was doing this for almost 2 3 years. So if there was someone who was watching this show regularly, or if he would come, he would think, man, how many times this guy gets married?
Wait for consistently for 3 years. Every show he was like, he just got
Because
married. He just
I'm
got
telling you,
married.
it's funny, he can just pull the prank on you. And he did this for almost 2 3 years with me. Yeah,
By
this
any
guy
chance
just got married.
anyone came and was like, bro, good job.
Anyways.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean,
wow.
there are, and these are a few I remember, but we always have a blast, Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, that is actually like. I would like to talk to him sometime. I would like to see how he will. It'll be fun to witness him actually do all of this sometime. So, yes,
Yeah.
that is a lot of fancy experiences. But if you do not mind, can we go into the game zone round?
Sure,
Because I have a
sure.
game planned. So, viewers, what we are going to do is. Well, I'm basically going to remove my headphones so I cannot hear y'all anymore. And meanwhile, Gulraj Bhai over here will be doing something very simple. He'll be singing a song and I will be trying, he'll be singing 2 lines of the song and I'll be trying to like figure out what he's saying and if the song which he is saying is right or wrong. And I have a few songs as well in mind with me. So, shall we?
Yes. So whose turn is first?
Okay, so let's start with you because I am not
Okay.
exactly a proficient singer.
Okay, okay. Cool. So you need to remove your headphones.
Oh yes. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, so let's go with the first song.
Okay. Oh, Pakeezah re, नैनों से ये दिल गिरा रे. Oh, Pakeezah re.
Pakeezah? Is this your song?
Ah, yes. I think it's easy, right? Oh, Pakeezah re.
Yeah,
You
it
can
is like
make
the
it.
O, and when you went like Pa, I was like, wait, this has to be that.
So let me make it difficult for you. Let me think of some other song then.
Okay, wait. I have one song for you.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, I people won't believe that I am not hearing you
Okay.
because I am on speaker. So I have a way. If you can do that, you can just lip sync, right? I mean, you can just move your lips, and I have to.
That makes it so much easier for me in life. Like I would have to sing and the
Or,
people will get tortured.
I think people are ready to believe if I mute my phone, but I don't think everyone's gonna
No,
believe
no,
that.
I'll believe you. People will believe you. Like people like until unless you get
Okay,
all the
so
songs
I'm
right,
gonna.
then I
Okay, so
won't trust you.
I'm gonna mute my. Okay.
Okay, let's reduce volume. Okay, so can you hear me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, I'm a horrible singer, but ये चांद सा रोशन चेहरा जुल्फों का रंग सुनहरा ये झील से नीली आंखें कोई राज है इनमें गहरा तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें
I could make.
Okay.
तारीफ करूं क्या बने, right?
Yes, you got it. Okay, so now we are on one. Now I'm removing my headphone.
Okay. Next song. एक हो गए हम और तुम तो उड़ गए नींदे रे और खन की पायल मस्ती में तो कन गन खन के रे हम Hamma, 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 hamma.
Chumma
hey,
chumma de de.
No,
No, okay.
it was hamma.
You literally
Hamma.
went like chumma. Okay, hamma hamma. Okay. Okay, chumma hamma. Like you. Okay, I thought it was chumma.
So it is.
Chumma
It's.
chumma de de hamma hamma. Yeah. Hamma hamma.
So it's time for me to go mute again.
Yes, please. Now we go to the second round.
I am mute. Going now.
Which song do? Okay. So. हवा हवा रानी हवा पाँव रुके ना किसी के रोके टोके ओके हवा हवा रानी हवा पाँव रोके ना किसी sorry I'm just getting conscious चक्री सी पैरों में पहिए 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 ओ आसमां सर पर no no
I'm not sure, but something hawa hawa type. I'm not sure, but hawa hawa something I felt.
have you heard Hawa Hawaii from the movie
No, I
Shaitan?
heard something hawa hawa from the lips I could read.
Yeah,
What was the
Hawa
song?
Hawaii. Hawa Hawaii from Shaitan. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
lying. It was Hawa Hawa from Rockstar.
You know, honestly, I don't. I just read hawa Hawaii. So what is the song? Just sing the song.
No, it was Hawa Hawa from Rockstar. Hawa Hawa,
Oh.
Rani Hawa. I am
Oh,
such
okay.
a horrible and pathetic singer. So,
No, no problem.
okay. Now I have. Okay, now it's your turn actually.
Okay. So, Ooh, chick, ah, take the wall and paint it red. Ooh, chick, ah, paint it red. Ooh, chick, ah, take the wall and paint it red. Ooh, chick, ah, paint it red. एक जुनून एक दीवानगी हर तरफ What do you think?
It had ooh ah.
Yeah. Hint is I've sung on this song.
Painted red. Yes. Wow.
Awesome,
Okay,
man.
so you are basically you have a few songs which you're gonna flex on. Okay, that's like a cheat code which I can use. So okay.
So I go on mute now.
Like
Should I go on mute?
yes, now it's my turn. It's my turn.
I'm mute.
Okay, let's see this one. तू बोले glass आधा खाली मैं बोलूं आधा भरा तू बोले इतना सारा मैं please don't tell me you like
Okay,
see,
can you hear me?
yes like
तू बोले glass आधा खाली मैं बोलूं आधा.
by any chance are you just reading my lips instead of figuring out what I'm doing?
I think maybe that's the advantage as being a musician, right? You can, you can kind of read. And obviously, this is one of my favorite songs, so it's easier.
Okay, so like I need to figure out a way to come up with some new game for musicians or else I'm gonna get toasted. Okay, now it's my turn to remove the headphones and it's the final round. Let's see if we can figure out what's what.
Okay. So, दिल से रे दिल से रे दिल से रे दिल से रे दिल तो आखिर दिल है ना मीठी सी मुश्किल है ना पिया 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 ना पिया जिया जिया.
Is it Oh Yeah from like Rockstar? No. Am I
You want
close? Yeah, I want one more chance, please.
Yeah. दिल से रे दिल तो आखिर दिल है ना मीठी सी मुश्किल है ना पिया पिया पिया.
I got it because of the Pia Pia Dil Se Re.
Yeah. Easy, right?
I feel
So
so
I
much
think
better about myself.
we both won, I guess, right? The score is equal, pretty much equal, I guess.
I forgot to
Oh no, I
keep
think
it.
I won. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Smart job, Yati. Nice, smart, very smart. Wow.
Hmm.
It's fine. But obviously, you'll win. How do I say? Like, first of all, I can't sing. So the audience must have just pressed the mute button when I was singing any which ways. So, yeah, you
Pretty much,
win.
pretty much like dumb charades, and that's altogether different thing, man.
We can play Damshara sometime, but yes, so it was a good session. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a musical genius with us, and well, thank you so much. It was amazing having you over here. I hope you enjoyed.
Very much, man. Thanks for having me, Yati, and I'm really glad that you're doing something as interesting as this, and it was great fun. Actually, it was pretty much of a different kind of a you may say like a I don't want to call it as an interview. It was more like a yeah, we just had fun, right?
Yes, that was like
So
this is not an interview. Viewers, anyone
yeah,
who's seeing
yeah,
this,
yeah.
please understand. Interview nahi hai. I'm just talking with people. It's a talk show. So, thank you so
Great
much
fun.
that you felt that way. I needed the validation.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Chalo then. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night. See you. Good night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was good. We are done with episode 3 right now, and yeah, that was good. We got Prakruti Mishra and Gulzar. Did I just do that? Wow. Music, what do you make me do? Yes, we had Prakruti Mishra with us and Gulraj Singh. Wow, I need to sleep. Sleep deprivation does things to you. So, good night. Have a good time. लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए भाइयों और बहनों. सपोर्ट अच्छा लगता है हम लोगों को. नीचे बेल आइकन पे दबाइए ताकि आप अपडेटेड रह सके लेटेस्ट और ग्रेटेस्ट और अमेजिंगेस्ट कंटेंट के साथ. टिल देन, cheers, good night, stay safe and stay tuned. Now I need to stop